Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing an ILS landing here at Bristol Airport. So, as you can see, I'm in the default Boeing 737, same as I was last video, and as you can see, we're just flying out past the outer edges of Bristol City. So, this video is going to be about an ILS landing, so let's just start it. So first thing you want to do is shift 3 to open the GPS and shift 3 to close it. So shift 3 to open, and you then want to go to the bow and arrow symbol and click it. This will bring up this page. It does say on nearest destination, which is where I want to go, but sometimes it will say something different. So what you want to do is you want to click the small dial 2 times until it says 100A, and then type in your 4-digit airport code. So for Bristol it's EGGD, for Newquay it's EGDG, for Heathrow it's EGLL. All the same, and I'm going to go to Bristol and then click enter. Again, and once it goes down to the activate button, you'll see it's highlighted. You want to click enter again, and you'll see this will bring up a purple line leading you to the airport you selected. So to do an ILS landing, because I'm not very far away, you want to go to procedures, select approach, and you then want to select whichever way you want to come into the runway. So as you can see there, the arrows are pointing to the east, and I don't want to go that way, I want to come in from the west. So if I select runway 27 with the small dial, you'll see the arrows are pointing the other way, and this is the way I want to go. You could go either way, it's the same on anything. And you then want to select vectors, and you want to press the big arrow and move it down to activate, click enter, procedures, and enter again, because you want to activate them to the airport. And if you zoom out, you'll see you have, as you see it there, you'll have a little purple line. We'll see it as we get closer to the airport. So now we've done that, you want to go down in the Boeing to the nav GPS switch, and you want it to be on GPS. And to make it follow that, you want to go to nav hold switch and turn it on. It will turn, and it will go over to the purple line which I selected earlier. And this will work at any runway in any airport as long as you have the 4-digit code. And the frequencies and headings, as I'm about to talk about next. So while that's just going to line us up with the runway, you can go to, or you can press out, which will bring up this menu bar in the top corner. And you want to go world map. It will leave the flight sim screen and it will take you to where you are at the moment. So as you can see, before I started the video, I took off, looped round, and it started flying out when I started the video. So as you can see, I wanted to come in from the east to the west. So that's where I'm going to come in, on runway 27, if you remembered I selected that. So we'll go here, and as you can see there, it says runway 27 at Bristol. So to find out our heading and frequencies, what you want to do is click inside this purple triangle, as here, and click inside. And you'll see it will bring up these digits. So obviously you can see it says runway 27 ILS. Not every runway will have an ILS, but most runways do, so it just makes for an easier landing. So you can print this off, remember it, write it down on something. For me, I can just remember it. So 110.15 and 270. So go back. In our course, we'll put 270. And then for our radios, you want to press shift 2, go to nav 1, definitely make sure it's nav 1, click whichever one you want to use, So I'm just going to use the 113.70 because it's closer to what I need to go to. And I'm going to select it down to 110 and 15. And I'm then going to set that back to active. And that's the frequencies and headings done. Press Shift 2 to close that window again. So as you can see, there's the purple line I was talking about. So what you want to do is just want to keep decreasing your speed. So I'm going to go down to about 250. And because the Boeing has so many degrees of flaps, I'll probably put 1 degree of flaps down, which is on keyboard F7. But I have a joystick, so it's just a button on the throttle. But F7 to put them down, F6 to put them up on keyboard. As you can see, it's saying we're 3 minutes out, and as you can see, we're going to line up quite nicely on that purple line. So now our course and heading is set up. If you're trying to do a successful ILS landing, I recommend doing exactly what I'm doing at exactly the same airport, just because it will be way easier to copy and you'll actually do it successfully. And I would also recommend going to an altitude of around 4,000, 3,000, 5,000, around there, because it will just be easier and give you enough time to see when you're actually on the glide. Sorry. So you can keep obviously zoom in, zoom out button on the GPS. And as you can see, our time's now gone to 2 minutes. So to see how we want to descend, we go from nav to GPS. And you'll see on your primary flight display that there is a diamond. So what you want to do is you want to keep obviously decreasing your speed. So I'll put mine down to about 200 now. And put more degrees of flaps on, as you can hear. So F7 twice. And as you can see, the diamond is now starting to fall as we get closer to the runway. So what we want to do is wait for that to hit this horizontal line here. So while we're doing that, we can just turn on our landing lights, seatbelts lights if you haven't already done so, and just keep watching that diamond. If you don't get this diamond on the exact point, it will severely mess up your landing and it will probably result in a go around. So as you can see, we've probably slowed down. As you can see, the diamond is now about to hit the line. So you want to press the approach hold, and as you'll see, we'll now start to descend as we've intercepted the ILS glide slope at Bristol. If you want to view which percentage you have your flaps on, do Shift 4. And this will bring up, and at the minute I have mine on half, which is obviously a reasonable height that I wanted it on. And you can also now close down the primary flight display. So around this time we want to put our wheels down, which is G. And we can probably close our GPS and slow us down to 180. And as I was saying before the diamond came down, if you can look here, or you can go on outside view and see that we are pitching quite a bit. So to stop this, just put on the flaps, and as you'll see, the aircraft will start to level itself out again. So as you can see, I put on a couple more flaps, and the plane is starting to bring its nose down slightly. So that's just a little tip if you're ever pitching too much when you don't want to be. And the reason for that is either you're going too slow too quickly, or you've got too many flaps on at a certain time. So as we're coming in, we just want to keep decreasing your speed down. So put mine down to 170. And as soon as we land, what you want to do is put on your spoilers, which on the keyboard is /. As I'll show you when we get there. It's /. And then for reverse thrusters is F2. And that is something I'll also do when you're landing, and it's very realistic as all planes do that when they land. So obviously I can view my flap settings again. Probably wanted to put them down to nearly full now. Slow down to my landing speed, which for this aircraft is between 140 and 150. So I usually go in the middle at 145 just to be safe. And if you want, you can leave this throttle quadrant open, or you can just shift forward to close it again. I'll now put on my full flaps, as you can see there. So you've now got full flaps on. We've got our landing lights on, we're at landing speed, and we're all set. So as you're coming in at about this point, what you want to do is put on your is turn off your speed, and to do this you'll just go to the speed and switch it off, and you'll also want to switch off all the buttons that are highlighted in green. So I'm going to do that about now. So obviously I'll turn off the approach, I'll turn off our autopilot, and I'll turn off our speed, and
Don't
I'll
sink.
then manually land the aircraft on the runway. So if you want to gently flare, and you'll hear it touch down, and then forward slash and F2. And as you can see there, I've got my spoilers on as the engines have their gap, and I've got the spoilers up on the wings. And as you can see, we're pretty much bang on the centre line. So obviously forward slash to put them down, and just push the throttle forward, or F3 to get rid of your spoilers, to get rid of your reverse thrusters, and then F6 to put all your flaps back. So you'll now taxi off to the side, and then obviously you'll go over to your gate, or you'll just end the flight. So that's pretty much it for this video, how to do an ILS landing. So hope you liked it. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and give me any ideas for what you guys want on the next video. But just please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, and I'll just quickly leave you on an instant replay of my landing. Once again, thank you for watching.